taken me a little while to come back to this last part of the Borkum Riff series. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at my review of Borkum Riff's cherry liqueur. Yeah, I had to kill the cob, threw out the pouch. Like I had to sanitize my mouth. It was horrible. So here we go, bourbon whiskey. I was going to put it in another cob because cobs are like pawns to me. They're good soldiers and they're okay to die. But then I thought, no, I'm more apt to smoke a cob than I am my old meerschaum. And my old meerschaum can take a beating, and I could take some sandpaper if I had to and just, scrape out the inside of the bowl and run a good English through it and it'll be okay. So here we go. So this is 35% Black Cavendish, and 65% Virginia, and then Kentucky bourbon whiskey added on top. Here is the cut. It is a ribbon cut. Wow, that is really strong plum, like almost apricot smelling and weird. All right, we're loading up the bowl here. And, say a prayer. Here we go. And I don't drink anymore, but had to have it in a little bit of a glass tonight. Okay. Off the bat, a little chemical of that reminiscent of that cherry liqueur, but generally no flavor at all. Now, if you're new to the YTPC, I believe there's another piper. Well, I know there's another piper. His name is Piper Ken. That I think this was his favorite blend for many years, and it may not be anymore, or it may still be. Not sure. Angle you up a little bit. There we go. Get the lovely background here. So a little bit of that chemical, not as bad as the cherry liqueur, but it's there. And not much more flavor, but all right. I'll go on the journey. Don't go anywhere. Well, guys, coming down to the final third. Borkum Riff's bourbon whiskey. There's not much flavor. Now, I'm going to acquiesce that it could be the mirror. Which I may try this. I will. I won't may. I will. I'll try this in a couple of different pipes. That weird chemical stuff that was just annihilating my mouth, which is slightly in this, dissipated about the first 10 puffs. But then it was just a little tiny wisp of something. A little bit of that reminiscent of their Black Cavendish blend, and then just hot air. So that's about it. And like as I'm going down, it's getting more and more just hot air. Hold on here. One more puff, and then we'll talk about my final thoughts on these guys. Again, just kind of hot air. No chemical in there anymore. a teeny bit of almost grass in the background. And then that familiar there black Cavendish profile. But not much else. It's okay. I've had the original. I've had them all now. Original, cherry Cavendish, black Cavendish, cherry liqueur, and bourbon whiskey. Okay. Of them all, I actually am going to say two of them are tied, and the rest, I wouldn't even bother with them. I'm being honest. Cherry Cavendish and black Cavendish, I think, are great. I do. I think they're solid Bs for what you get. Is it something that I'm going to rush out and buy a lot of? No. But I'll have a pouch, and I may buy a tub on hand. And if it was the last thing that was offered to smoke and it kept that somewhat of quality, yeah, okay, that's cool. I didn't care for the original, even though it's a little better than it used to be. I'm not, again, I'm going to go out on a whim and say I'm probably not going to care for this much, but I'll try it in a couple more pipes. The cherry liqueur is a chemical bomb that is there to kill people. So I will never touch that again. Unless, no, I will never touch it again. So I give the bourbon whiskey a C-, D, because it's just, there's not much there. Unless this just becomes a flavor bomb and a cob or something, you know, it might tick up. But that's my thoughts. And you know me, I'm a codger guy. I love all the old TCs. I give them the benefit of the doubt. Love the bulk stuff, have for years. So I'm not trying to piss on Borkum Riff. But how they can make two pretty good blends and then the other ones are just, again, everybody's tastes are subjective, but that's beyond me. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned. We will bring you another Paladin Piper video very soon. Take care, guys.